Welcome to Light Logic, the podcast that discusses everything you need to know about low voltage lighting. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. You're listening to Light Logic.
Hi, everyone. Brian Qualls here with Unique Lighting Systems. Welcome to the podcast. Today, we had a great discussion with Amanda Arriaga. She is our digital marketing manager at the Unique Lighting Company, the Toro Company, Troll Golf, everything. Amanda and I are actually pretty good friends. We go back. So this was a fun interview for me. And we learned a lot. And quite honestly, I think we're going to probably have another episode to expand on this. But we've talked about social media. The importance of it as far as advertising for your business and kind of what we like to do on our end and give you some tips and tricks. So thanks for listening and enjoy the program. Hello, Amanda. How are you today?
Hello.
Yes, well,
good.
we're finally getting going here, right? We've rescheduled this thing, and I'm glad we got to get it today. But it feels like we've been talking about doing this podcast for months. And, for those of you that are listening and even watching, we're going to talk about social media today. And Amanda, go ahead and introduce yourself. You'll do a better job than me of kind of who you are and what you do for us here at Unique Lighting.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Amanda Arriaga. I'm the Associate Marketing Manager for the Toro Company and Unique Lighting. And we manage 3 areas of the business, the lighting aspect of it, the residential irrigation, and the golf irrigation portion of the business. And I just have the really fun task of managing the social accounts and the digital content for Unique. And I get to connect with customers and chat in our direct messages. And I super enjoy the social aspect of it. So that's my daily.
Awesome. And it's been a long road. So for those of you that are following us on social media, this is the captain right here. Amanda's the one that pulls the content together. She's the one that bugs and chases all of our sales guys to come up with pictures and content, and then she gets the stuff out there. And for those of you who don't follow us, please do. We are on just about every platform out there, from Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, that's all I can think of for right now. And then as Amanda said, she manages all of our brands. So not just Unique Lighting, but the Toro side, the Toro irrigation side, the golf and Troll as well. So she's got a lot on her plate. But it's a great opportunity for us to kind of pick her brain here, because I know social media has been around for quite some time, and not everyone is still using it or really using it as effective as they should. So I kind of wanted to ask about tips and tricks and some goals.
Absolutely.
So, first off, I think the first question I have for you, Amanda, is do you personally and business wide, what do you favor? Which platform do you favor more? Do you like them all equally? Is there differences between the three?
Yeah. So, I mean, in my personal life, actually, honestly, personally and professionally, I love Instagram. I think that's kind of where our customers have gravitated to. Facebook and LinkedIn are fabulous, and they're better for more long range content. But when I want to get a message out quickly, when I want to just get some quick interaction, Instagram is kind of my go-to. Stories are super fun. I'm able to just do things really quickly, super organically, and kind of get those micro movements rather than that long-term planning. And then we've seen TikTok come up more recently, and I don't know that our customers are there professionally yet. But I think that the business for sure could be heading that way. But I think that on a personal space, people have downloaded the app and you just kind of get into the mindless scrolling of TikTok content. But I super enjoy Instagram for connecting with customers. And then in my personal life, I love that app. I think it's great.
So no, that's great. And I'm the same way. I mean, I feel like I lose hours within the
For
week
sure.
just scrolling. If I'm waiting for an appointment or
Yeah.
sitting in line at a drive-through, I'm scrolling through Instagram,
Hmm.
and just it's so easy. It's right there. It's at my fingertips, and
Totally.
I go through it. But one of the things before we really get into it, but you mentioned it a couple of times. You've got your personal
Hmm.
life and then you're in your business life. So
Hmm.
what if we're talking to a brand new or even someone who's looking to get more um followers on their deal, what's the difference between running a
Right.
personal Instagram and a professional Instagram? What are we looking for?
Right. So I can just right off the bat, there's two different accounts. So you can select a business account through the Metaverse and Instagram platform, and that right away is going to put you into the access to analytics. So you're going to be able to see where things are coming from. You're going to be able to see your engagement, your impressions, all those pieces of data, if that's something you're interested in. And if you do focus a little bit more on growth, that might be something you are interested in. That way you can tailor your content, or if you want to get into paid promotions with your business, you can go that route. So that would be kind of right off the bat. So my personal account and is not a business account. I don't have access to those analytics, and it's just my family and all that good stuff. But if you are
Mm.
running a business and you are interested in that, selecting a business account is going to be the first thing you want to do. Um, but if you're kind of looking, if you're starting out and you're
Mhm.
maybe a little bit, eh, maybe like life's more intertwined. I don't think it's a bad thing to have, you know, the personal and professional platform the same. But if you want to make sure that you have a nice clean separation, definitely go into that business account first and foremost and be able to get access to that information.
And then what about content? So
Mhm.
we're primarily talking to landscape contractors. I mean, this can be used for anyone out there, but
Mhm.
what am I posting? Above the obvious, right? I don't want to be posting beach pictures on
Right.
my business account, but
Right.
I've heard that some people have told me that kind of the how to make the sausage pictures are really good, and not just
Exactly.
stick with the magazine cover type photos. I mean,
Yep.
what has your experience been?
Totally. So I think when you're creating content, the key thing to kind of remember is engagement. You want it to be an engaging piece of media. So if it's going to be a photo and it's a beautiful glam shot, those are great, but it can become a little like white noise the more you see them. And you also want to make sure that not every piece of property that you're gonna photograph is going to be this amazing, huge. You want it to be relatable. So if you can create content that's daily, so cadence is really important. Um, and taking your followers with you to the job site, like you said, how to make the sauce, like seeing what fixtures you're using, what methods you're using, and kind of take the viewer through that process. That's super engaging. That's great content. And just as a brand, we love seeing that. When anytime
Mhm.
someone tags us, like I absolutely love a beautiful design. We love an after picture. But when a contractor takes us on the job site and tags unique lighting, that's life. That's what we want to connect with. That's breathing life into the brand. We just love to see it because that's how we know, those are our loyal customers they want us to see, hey, we're installing your product. Hey, this is our
Mhm.
daily life, and we love to be a part of that. So any kind of install or design or behind the scenes piece of content, the cherry on top is that final design night photo. Love night
Yeah.
photos. Gotta have
Yeah.
them. But when we can engage with a day in the life with a contractor, that's awesome content.
And I have to say that's my favorite are the pictures of all the fixtures still in the boxes in the back of a truck, or
Love
as they're
it.
loading them from the distributor's
Yep.
office or from the distribution side, or when they're opening the box. Like those pictures, those get me to stop. Like you said, I do
Yeah.
love the nighttime and the evening photos,
Yeah.
but it's the ones that get me to stop is, ooh, which fixture are they using? And oh, where are they
Right.
putting it? And
Oh,
those are
totally.
the ones that are out there. So I've got so many more questions. So let me go back here.
Mhm.
You mentioned tagging us. You at Unique Lighting systems with the underline. Don't forget the underline there, but
Yes,
little plug there.
Uh-huh.
But how important is it to tag others and the hashtags and
Huge.
what's a trick
Yeah.
for that?
So basically, a tag is a mention. So if you want to make sure that that individual, that customer, the distributor sees your work, sees your content, you've got to notify them. So that's basically what it is just making sure it's a notification, it's a mention to get their attention to that piece of content. And hashtags are just great for your searchability and as the algorithm kind of goes. So just the more you don't want to put too many, like, you can see some that are a little bit redundant, but if you can stick to a good 5 or, like I usually, different platforms kind of have different amount of hashtags per the algorithm. But if you can do like 5 a post, 3 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
that's a great practice to get into. And tagging is just a great way to notify, hey, we posted, it's about you, we want you to see it.
Yep.
Yep.
So one of the tricks that I do, because I'm on social media and especially on
Yeah.
my personal side, is I've got the
Mhm.
same kind of hashtags that I use, especially if I'm doing lighting or if I'm
Mhm.
working on my hot rods and things like that. I've created a list of those and I've put them in notes on my phone.
Perfect.
And when I'm done, I don't have to remember which ones they were
Yeah.
and keep trying to retype them, right? Because I do everything on my phone.
Yeah.
That I can go to my notes, do a quick copy paste at the end of my post, and
Mhm.
boom, I'm moving on to the next
Mhm.
task or whatever it is that I'm doing. So
Yeah.
do you do anything different? Is that
Yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, for unique, I mean, our low voltage lighting, our community, we're a tight-knit group of folks. And so I just like to make sure that the hashtags are reaching maybe people that aren't aware, and so we're a little bit of discovery and also kind of honoring the archive of work that our customers have done. So, low voltage lighting, light logic pod, just things like that. So that when you click that hashtag, you see a beautiful album of our customers. That's kind of my goal in when I'm utilizing hashtags and everything like that. But just seeing our customers, the way that I mean, even in the last year, the way they've really provided some fabulous day in the life content and using our hashtags, but more importantly, tagging us, and we're able to repost that content, has just been great.
so? That's a great comment. I do that just personally, right? So I've
Mhm.
create kind of my own unique hashtag, so that way when I'm out and about, and you can do
Mhm.
that too at home, right? You can make a unique hashtag for your company name or whatever it is that you'll remember. That's not going to be filtered with a bunch of other people
Correct.
using that hashtag.
Yeah.
And man, what a great opportunity when you talk to someone and they're not scrolling through all your photos on your phone.
Right.
You can do a search in Instagram
Right.
for your hashtag, and then it's all your photos at that
Yeah.
point. It's all everything that you've attached that hashtag to, and then they
Right.
can scroll through your Instagram feed without them accidentally looking at that photo of you on the beach or
Right. And
your fishing trip or anything like that.
exactly. And if you're gonna
Yeah.
do a personal account, which again, if you are pursuing this from a business perspective or from a business place, I would 100% do that business account. But if you are kind of having that hashtag archive is a great way to funnel out. And if you're on site with a customer and you want to show work, just click your hashtag and start going through.
Yeah,
Um,
and you could make it simple like Brian's lighting or
Yeah.
Amanda's,
And you might get
photos
some
or
random things in there, you never you can't guarantee it,
yeah.
but yeah, it's a great,
Yeah.
easy tool. Mhm.
All right, well, we're coming. I mean, I can't believe we should probably make this a two-parter, but we got
I
more.
know, my
We're coming up
goodness.
to the end, but I've got one more thing I want to talk about and ask is um, the ROI, the importance or the to do those boosted posts.
Mhm.
I can say on my end, I'm actually really surprised of how inexpensive it actually is
Yeah,
to boost a post on say Instagram or LinkedIn, and
right.
compared to what it costs to even put the name of my company in the local paper. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's just yeah, if you can kind of expand what that is, what that does, and
Yeah,
kind
absolutely.
of how we use it.
So the great thing about doing ads and boosts within the metaverse is that it's super accessible. You can have a $500 budget, and you can really see a lot with that. I mean, we were just recently chatting with the team. We did an ad for our cup lights, and I mean, it went bananas, and it was $500. It was super easy, and we were able to get some great leads and some great awareness. So I think you kind of have to establish your objective. If is my objective to get people in my store? Is my objective to get clicks on the website? Is my objective awareness? And then kind of attach that value that you're willing to, put out without knowing monetarily what that ROI is going to be back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to make sure you're comfortable, especially if from a contractor space, what can you invest in online advertisement? But I really suggest, as you're looking at your budget annually, to make that a part of your business plan, because you got to pay to play.
Yeah,
You want
for
to
sure.
be in that space. It's a great way to figure out who your customers are, where they're coming from. And you're able to target your area. So, if you're servicing, SoCal, you can go all the way from San Diego to, wherever, Riverside, Inland Empire, wherever, and really get your message, your content in front of your potential customers. Whereas, with traditional advertising, it's way more expensive, and you're not
Mm-hmm.
going to see that data return. So, you know, on our end, we have a little bit of a challenge, right? Because we're working with this distribution, and there's different channels. But with somebody who can speak directly to customer and kind of see the dollars right back, it's a fabulous tool. So
Yeah, and
super
just to put it
suggest
in
it.
perspective, I mean, like I said, we spent $500, and that covered the entire United States. That was for us to engage coast to coast. You
Right.
as a contractor, where I want to focus on, like you said, I want to focus on, let's say Phoenix, Arizona, or Mesa. I mean, you can even get down to, a finite, just a certain neighborhood. I really want to get my maintenance crew
Correct.
up in front of the Beverly Hills type crowd, and you can
Yeah.
even get it down to that finite. And I can tell you, I mean, I'm online all the time. I can't tell you how many times I see requests. Does anyone have a good maintenance guy
Yeah.
who's got a good sprinkler, person? I need someone to come fix my lighting. That
Oh, yeah.
you find a neighborhood that you think you can do well in. This is your way to put a big bullhorn on your truck and drive through the neighborhood saying I'm willing to
100%.
work.
Yeah.
That you can go that fine, and you can control it daily, right? If you say, well,
Correct.
I'm going to spend $200 this month, and you
Right.
find out that, oh my gosh, I'm going to burn through this too quick, you can say, don't spend more
Right.
than $10 a day or $15 a day. You have
Exactly.
so much controllability. It's
Exactly.
crazy.
And the pressure of that, I mean, especially from a designer or contractor, whomever, with traditional advertising, there's steps to it. And with the Facebook advertising or anywhere in the metaverse, it's very casual. So if something isn't working or you're not seeing that ROI, cancel the ad. It's that
Sure.
simple.
Yeah.
But I would super encourage anyone who's kind of on the fence with it, do it. Get your message
Yeah.
out, get your contact out, and just see. I mean, if you get a couple of calls, if you can get a couple of leads, that's a start. And it's super
And you could even
encouraging
start with
too.
as little as $25, right? I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
for just to, like I said, you don't have to have these big monster budgets to go
Right.
and say, I want to test it out. I've been on this page. I've had this page for weeks. I'm not
Right.
really, getting it. It's a good way to just test out
Right.
$25,
Well, and
and
you can utilize the content that you're already creating. So, if you've got something that you really enjoyed and you're really proud of, boost that. It doesn't have to be these I mean, and it can be, right, if you're running a special, if you're running, if you want to develop new content.
sure.
But if there's something that you're like, this really speaks to who I am as a brand and what we do, and I want to raise awareness for it, boost it, get it out there, let people see what you're about and your work. So yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I think we are out of time for today. I know we've got so much more to cover. I'm thinking we'll need to we'll schedule another one. I think this is something that please comment, to us and see what you'd like to hear more on the social media. We can get, I think we could do 3 more episodes on this to be perfectly honest, but let's see how the comments roll in and maybe we can do a little bit more of a targeted discussion on the next one. And
that would be awesome.
I appreciate your time. I'm glad we were able to finally get this together and put it together. I had fun. The time went by super fast. So I know, right? Any final comments, any final word before I let you go?
I just, I thank you for the opportunity. It's just another way that we can connect with our customers, which is my favorite thing about social, is that human connection and breathing life into brands. So I just really want to empower our listeners. Go for it. If you're on the fence about it, just do it. You're doing the work already. Take some photos, take some videos, start to really create the life around your brand and have fun with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not too late, right? If you think, I should have done this a year ago, should have done this 2 years ago, social media is not going away. So start, jump into it. Let's get going. So thanks again for your time. This has been great. And thanks for listening. And we'll on to the next one.
Sounds good. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Light Logic. We want to hear from you. Would you like to be featured on Light Logic? Email us at info@uniquelighting.com.